Good morning. This is a change from what I've been doing, but I got a challenge uh, to paint a palette in mixed media. And if I post this video, it will be something like a success. So if you hear me talking, you'll know that I was proud of what I did. And right now I'm going to start with my son, Tommy, cut me 2 of these out of the hardboard that I've been painting on. I do most of my acrylic paintings on the hardboard, and this is the material that he cuts my painting boards out of. We buy them by the 4x8 sheets, and then he cuts them up for me, and then I paint on them. And this is gesso, and this is the way I do it. It may not be the right way for you. It may not be the way that somebody else does it, but this is my way. I like to paint my canvas with gesso and get a real nice coating on it of gesso. And I don't just paint one coat. I paint one coat and I let it dry, and then I paint another coat. And if I see any sign of the canvas coming through, I will paint another coat of gesso. But the more gesso you have on your canvas, the better your paint's gonna flow, and it seals. Gesso seals your canvas. It also prepares canvas so it'll have a little bit of a tooth to grab your paint. So this is one coat. The challenge is on portraits and landscape group page. So if you would like to join us, just go join our group, Portrait and Landscapes, and then you can join the group and join our challenges, post your artwork, any artwork you do that you can post on Portrait and Landscapes. That's one coat, and you have to let that dry to do another coat. I have another one prepared that I've already put the second coat on, and now I'm going to start laying my background down. All I'm going to need is the background, because it's going to be mixed media piece, and so I'm just making a background to prepare my canvas for my other things that I'm going to put on it. I've just started mixed media. I'm not really sure of all of it. So if I don't do it like you think I should do it, just don't worry about it. Just show me how you do it. I'm going to start with the darkest. On the outside. Then I'm going to come in with light, adding white to lighten it up. You want your center to be lighter than the outside, but you want to blend that so you won't see where the lines, where the tones come together. I may be a little quiet because I'm not used to painting and talking at the same time. But this is gonna dry quicker than the gesso did, and so I'll tell you a little story while the gesso's drying, for all of them who wants to hear my accent. That I'm from the South. I have a Southern accent. In Alabama, it's not an accent. It's just the way we talk. But when I was younger, people could tell me that they liked my Southern accent. I would put it on them. Boy, I would just make my accent really come out. And I don't do that much more anymore, because I stumble my words enough without trying to do anything else. I want my palette to look round, so I'm going to put a little more white here in the center. Would be nice if I could get it to look 3D, but not being able to find my hairdryer this morning, I can't dry it. It has to dry on its own. I got my box fan on turned toward me, so maybe it'll dry pretty fast. This is red and blue mixed to make purple. Now you could put a little yellow on it, in it, and make brown. Or you could use the yellow and the red to make orange. But mixing paints is not what I'm doing today. I'm just painting my palette, getting ready for the challenge. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I need every one of you. If you like what I'm doing, let me know, comment, or just hit the like button. It's alright. Now, when you're painting with acrylics, and if you want to paint water, you go straight across your canvas, because the water, if it comes down with it, it'll look like it's running off of the canvas. So keep your water going across. Now with your skies, they're all different ways, because with a sky, the wind and the atmosphere causes the clouds to be different. You may have clouds that's all moving the same way, but then some of them look like they're rolling, and then you have darks and lights and all in the sky. I may have to have 2 videos to finish this if this don't dry in a few minutes. I was thinking about my brothers. I have 2 brothers left. My mother and dad had 5 children, and we never knew what a broken home was. My mom and dad was married and lived together in harmony. My daddy didn't drink. He smoked up until I was in the 3rd grade of school, and then he quit smoking. I remember when he quit smoking because he had a whole carton of cigarettes. And he told us, he said, well, he opened a pack. And he was sitting out on the porch. And he told us, go put this in the hat box. And we looked, and he had taken a cigarette out, but he didn't light it. And we couldn't understand what was going on. But he told us, he says, that's my last cigarette. So I said, no, sir, you got a whole carton in there. He said, no, baby, that's my last cigarette that you'll see me smoke. And so I said, okay. So I went and put the pack of cigarettes in the hat box. And he never picked up another cigarette. But he had asthma. He was in the Army, and he wanted to make a career out of it. But he attracted asthma while he was in the Army. So he couldn't, they gave him a medical discharge. Way back then, it was 14 years before he could get his veterans pay. And that was sad, because my dad he did everything he could to make ends meet. We tried to share a crop, and me and my sister was not very big, but we was old enough to work on the farm. And back then, you could write a note to the teacher and principal and say that you was needed on the farm that day, and you'd be excused from school. Now the kids has nothing to do to get excused for, but just to say they're sick or they got to go to the doctor. But anyway, my Mom and Dad passed away. My oldest brother passed away. And then my sister passed away a couple of years ago and left me and my two younger brothers. Me and my sister was older than my brothers, and 3 years older than the oldest, 6 years older than the next one, and 10 years older than my baby brother. But my brother Jason, he's a writer. He loves to write, he loves to read. I love to hear him talk because he's so knowledgeable. And I never ask him anything but what he don't give me a sensible answer. So, and my youngest brother, Jerome, was the one I was just talking to, his name was Jason. The one I was just talking about, his name's Jason. But my youngest brother's name's Jerome, and he always thought he was a overachiever because he was so smart in school. And I think they got that from my dad because my dad went to the 3rd grade in school, and he could read and write and do math, everything. We do a piece. So 3rd grade education back then was good education because most people had to drop out of school and work on the farms. Okay, I'm gonna go this time and let this dry, and then I'll finish it up because we still got to decorate it, and I want to film all of it. It was nice talking to y'all, and if you like my stories and you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.